This is such an inspiring story because it's not a copy, this is not a replica, this is an original Enigma machine actually used in World War II. N to begin with, and if you can see there, the letter Y lights up. So N becomes Y, your code lights up. Let's write that down. Let's do the next letter, U. U becomes T. Let's do M, and I've got H this time. B, and E is W. Notice here, we had Y turn up twice, and they turned up for two different letters. So N became Y, and then later on, E became Y. That's unusual. The other unusual thing you may notice is that the two E's in number file have turned into two different letters. So here E became Y, but the second E became W. So let me show you how this machine works. Let me open up the machine. So we have three things here at the top. These things are called rotors, and inside those happens. The rotors move. When this rotor does a full turn, it will kick the next rotor one place, and then the right-hand rotor keeps going. Eventually, the middle rotor does a full turn, and it will kick the left-hand rotor one place. Got a minute hand and an hour hand and a second hand. That's the idea. Brilliant machine though this is, all it is really, it's just a circuit. Here is a battery. You can see that's a modern battery in there. We've converted this. And this battery is connected to a bulb, and it lights up. It's the most simple thing you can make. A battery and a bulb, the bulb lights up, and that's all it is. The clever bit is the wires of the circuit are inside the rotors. So when the wires turn, the battery will connect to a different bulb. Let's try and see that happen. So I'm going to turn the wires, and the battery connects to this bulb. Do it again. I'm going to turn the wires, and the battery connects to this bulb. Changes. Do it again. Turn the wires, and the battery connects to this bulb. We have three numbers. It's like a combination lock, like a bike lock. Now, I took a note of what those three numbers were. Those three numbers, when we started writing number file, were 13, 9, and 21. So the idea is you would type in your message, but the military had an extra bit. They had this thing at the front of the machine. Now this is called a plug board. And what it is, it's like an old-fashioned telephone switchboard, like an old patch board. We have 10 of these wires. And each of these wires connect two letters into a pair. So in this case, you might see the letter Q is going to connect with the letter E. Now you make 10 of those pairs. 226,360,000 flat. People who are miles apart need to have the same setting. Now the setting was written down for you on a piece of paper. What they would have is a sheet of paper like that, and it would be a big sheet of paper for each day of the month. So it was a monthly sheet. For each day of the month, it told you how to set the machine for that day. If you didn't have this sheet of paper, you wouldn't know what the setting was that you had to use for that day.